Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we are back with another banging video. So, if you're new, please subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell, and join the family. While you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up and help your girl out. Now, guys, in this video, jayz, and Diddy, they've been caught red-handed, I have to say, by the media outlets. Now, as you guys can remember, alexspiro, jayz's attorney, he did a press conference with CNN and he told CNN that jayz and Diddy, they only have a professional friendship and that's it. They're not friends on any other level. Well, now the Mirror is saying it's a lie. And we have evidence because there are numerous instances where jayz is saying without me, there would be no Diddy. And Diddy is saying without me, there would be no jayz. And you know, when I'm in trouble, I call Sean and all of that jazz. Let me tell you, the media is saying it seems as though this is not the first time these two are finding themselves in hot waters. I told you guys, if you guys have been listening, I've been telling you all for the past, maybe 4 weeks at this point, that I believe jayz is helping Diddy. I believe he's providing advice to him, allegedly. I believe that jayz hired those investigators, allegedly. I did a video on it 3 weeks ago, and I've been telling you all. And now the media seem to be diving in some of it, but what the media is definitely doing, they are proving that when alexspiro says it's just professional friendship, it's a lie. And we, the court of public opinion, we know it's a lie because at this point we've seen more videos and photographs of jayz and Diddy together than what we see of jayz and Beyonce. And I'm not exaggerating that. So you must know that that's not just professional. It goes skin deep, okay? And take that however you may. Take it however you may. Even though I'm hearing that jayz is, being like hawk over us at this point, creatures, because if he sees anything that he doesn't like, he's coming. Okay. Now let's get into this report. I've given you guys a quick synopsis into basically what they're saying because the Mirror, they're diving into some history of jayz and Diddy, and they're basically saying this relationship goes 30 years back. And it seems as though they have been caught in the midst of something before because there are words, speech, and statements that were used that indicates that when I'm in trouble, this is my call guy, Sean. When I'm in trouble, this is my call guy, jayz, and he helps me out. He gets me out of trouble. This is my brothers. We are brothers, So let's dive into the details because you guys know I'm detail oriented. Now they're saying how jayz and P. Diddy's staggering empires nearly crumble years before our word allegations. Now, because of YouTube, we have to do some stuff at times, right? Now they're saying standing side by side on stage in New York, this was the moment jayz and Diddy must have realized they had it all. Money, power, their own empires, and the one thing that really mattered, a long friendship. For more than 30 years, the two rappers have had their fates, FATES, intertwined, but it was during this emotional onstage reunion in 2016 when Diddy, who was touring to celebrate 20 years of his record label, claimed to know the real secret of their powerful friendship. And I quote, "Whenever I get in trouble, this is the one I can call," said Diddy. "This is my strategist right here. This is my brother, indeed." Since the 90s, the pair, so end quote right there. When he said, "This is my brother," end quote at that. Now they're saying, indeed, since the 90s, the pair have had each other's back and risked their reputation and empires for each other. Listen. jayz even claimed his one and only conviction was the price he had paid for being Diddy's pal. 8 years later, many have speculated about where that bond now stands. It's about to face its biggest test. Listen, it's not going to face any test. Sloan Bella told us that Diddy is not going to snitch on jayz ever. He's not going to say anything bad about jayz. Whatever we see coming jayz's way, Diddy's not going to have anything to do with it. Remember. Now, they're saying last week Jay-Z was named in a civil lawsuit alleging he and Diddy spiked a 13-year-old girl drink before taking turns awarding her at a house party following the MTV Music Video Award in 2000. Both Jay-Z worth $2.5 billion and Diddy worth $400 million vehemently denied the claims, with Jay's real name Sean Carter publicly calling it a blackmail attempt and subsequently filing a motion to reveal the accuser's identity. Diddy's real name Sean Combs is currently in jail and facing dozens of unrelated substance award, assault, and trafficking charges. Diddy has denied the allegations against him, and there is no suggestion any of his celebrity friends knew of any suspected wrongdoings. His strategist Jay-Z, however, has been notably silent since his friend's arrest. It is a far cry from his glowing tribute just 2 years ago. Here's the guy from a neighborhood similar to where I grew up that made it to these unreachable heights, said Carter at the BET Awards in 2022 while presenting his pal with a Lifetime Achievement honor. Puff Combs' childhood nickname was the first one that came through and made us feel like it was us. But now they've found themselves on the same side of the scandal. Jay-Z may be forced to pick a side. Does he abide by their 30-year bond and back his one-time pal, or does he distance himself so as not to risk his empire? This is not the first time either of them has nearly seen their life work crumble, and it's certainly not the first time they've gone into battle together. Now, the friendship began in the 90s. Both from New York, they began to get noticed on the hip-hop scene around the same time. By 1996, Diddy had formed Bad Boy Records with the Notorious B.I.G. real name Christopher Wallace as one of his biggest sign-ins, and Jay-Z helped make a small fortune for Diddy by collaborating with a rapper, also known as Biggie, on the track Brooklyn's Finest, one of the most popular. Now, they're saying Notorious B.I.G. was shot in 1997, just a year after the death of rival Tupac Shakur, and Jay-Z took part in a tribute track, Young G's, to honor his life, a favor that Diddy would return later in the year by appearing on one of Jay-Z's albums and co-writing a track with him, despite the rapper not being on his label. The pair's friendship grew as they helped each other up the fame ladder. But then in 1999, they both risked it all when they faced public scandal and the law. It was in December of that year that Diddy and his then girlfriend Jennifer Lopez were caught up in a New York shooting scandal. The pair had been at the now defunct club New York in Times Square along with Anthony Wolf Jones, a rock prodigy, Jamal Shine Barrow, when there was a dispute and shots were fired, leaving 3 people injured. One of the victims, Nathaniel Rubin, alleged Diddy was the shooter, and a taxi driver claimed the rapper had offered him $30,000 bribe to say the stolen gun was his. The incident became headline news with J.Lo already a huge star thanks to her role alongside George Clooney in 1998's Out of Sight, Caught in the Crossfire. Eventually, after a trial, Diddy and Jones were acquitted of all charges in March 2001, but Barrow was found guilty of 5 counts, including first-degree assault, and spent 9 years in jail. Diddy's acquittal had an inadvertent knock-on effect on Jay-Z. Okay, so what the media is doing is just demonstrating that their friendship goes way back. Now they're saying the same month as Diddy gun escapade, he was accused of stabbing Lance Rivera, a producer who had allegedly sold pirate copies of the rapper's then forthcoming album. The court heard how Jay-Z and his crew met with Lance at New York's Kit Kat Club for fellow star Q-Tip album launch party. The rapper was accused of attacking Lance with an 8-inch knife, and his entourage faced allegations that they stomped on him and beat him with glass bottles. Lance, you broke my heart, the rapper was said to have said at the time. In October 2001, Jay-Z pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor assault charge in relation to the incident and received 3 years 3 years probation. Jay-Z, however, claimed he only took the deal because he feared Manhattan prosecutors may try to throw the book at him, as they had just lost a high-profile case against his friend Diddy. Had Jay been tried and convicted of more serious assault charge, he would have been facing up to 22 years in jail. Now, they further state that the rapper's case was being heard just a few months after a New York jury cleared Diddy on all counts of various gun offenses. Speaking on DJ Vlad's podcast last year, Lance claimed there had been 10 people around him with knives that night, and instead Jay-Z was not the one that stabbed him. He said, "No, Jay was not the guy that actually stabbed me that night. I don't know where people got Jay stabbed me from, because if anyone knows Jay's a nice guy. He's an artist. He's a poet. He's gifted, and it's never been his history." Many may have thought Diddy inadvertent part to play in Jay-Z conviction would have caused trouble in their friendship, but a conviction did little harm to Jay-Z's empire, and the peer friendship continued into the 2000s. He even involved Diddy on one of the biggest debut solo releases of the year, his then girlfriend Beyonce, first single away from Destiny's Child. Jay-Z is credited on Crazy in Love, and Diddy is credited on the B-side Summertime. In 2005, the two rappers again supported each other as they made a joint $1 million donation to the American Red Cross to help victims of Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans. In a joint statement, Jay-Z said, "This is our community. When I turn on CNN, I see a lot of black people on the streets. I know it's other people too, but those projects have been hit hard." So they're just demonstrating how far back Jay-Z and Diddy's friendship goes. Now they're saying Diddy added, we're all descendants from each other's family. When you hear black people say brothers and sisters, it's really true. Diddy and Jay-Z continued to build their separate empire, but would enjoy the spoils together. They were often seen partying together, including at Diddy's infamous white parties. In 2009, Diddy was asked by a reporter about a picture of the pair seemingly talking very intensely. At one of his birthday parties, he revealed Jay had flown in on a private jet straight performing a gig on his tour. So he could be at the party. He had to jet back and do another gig. I was just telling him I appreciate him coming, Diddy explained. I was just telling him how much I appreciate it and how much I value our friendship. People see us as competitors and different icons in the hip-hop game. But that was just a moment of two black brothers telling each other how much they appreciate each other. However, Diddy's late girlfriend Kim Porter, who died of pneumonia in 2018, then chipped in with a now cryptic message saying, "We call the picture a secret society. All we ask is trust." Diddy and Jay-Z's mutual appreciation certainly helped both of them. By the early 2010s, their empires had both diversified to include numerous side businesses and brands, from basketball teams to nightclubs. The boys have been rolling. Now they're saying by 2012, Diddy had earned enough to top a Forbes rich list. His $550 million net worth was $90 million more than the person in second place, Jay-Z, with $460 billion. But they also both risked their own reputations and battled off fears of bad press to come to others' aid. In 2013, Diddy got into a fight with the musician J. Cole at an after party for the 2013 MTV Video Music Award. Jay-Z was also at the bash with an onlooker, later telling New York Daily News, "It was mayhem. Beyonce was yelling to stop and Jay-Z was separating people." Then at Diddy's 50th birthday party in 2019, the two rappers had each other's back again as they confronted a person who had been spotted filming Beyonce on the dance floor. Diddy also calmed Jay-Z's 3-year feud with Kanye at the same party after inviting both of them so they could finally hash out an agreement regarding Kanye's compensation for his work with Jay-Z's streaming service title. So jay-z has a reputation of not paying people. Now they're saying in 2020, the not so humble pair celebrated their legacies at the Black Billionaire Brunch hosted by Jay-Z's label Roc Nation. Diddy spoke of their symbiotic relationship and friendship. He said, "We're here together in keeping, staying together. We're getting tighter and united we stand." Okay. Okay, Mr. Diddy. This year, however, it seemed this drive to help each other and stand side by side like brothers through potential scandal had finally come to an end. Far from being his vocal supporter, Jay-Z has remained silent since Diddy's arrest in September, and it was only after being named in the recent civil lawsuit that Jay finally spoke out, but to defend himself. This civil complaint is unrelated to any criminal charges brought against Diddy. The complaint alleged the two rappers, you know what, to the girl, and you guys know that story. If you haven't, you guys can check out my other videos. So that's the end of the media outlet detailing Jay-Z and Diddy's friendship, how far it goes back, and some of the challenges that they have endured together as friends, and how they had stood the test of times in those challenging moments as friends. However, it seems as though there has been a dynamic shift and a significant change in their friendship, because this time around, as you all know, Jay-Z is making it clear we ain't friends. We were never friends to begin with. As a matter of fact, all we had was a professional connection. That was it. So he's saying literally all we do was to network together. It's nothing more and it's nothing less. But as I've said, it's just all a PR stunt. It's not true. And you guys know that it's not true as well. But I mean, Jay-Z is trying to save face. He's trying to save image, reputation. It's all about branding and protecting your brand at whatever means necessary. That's what they're doing. They're protecting, Jay-Z is protecting his brand. And at this point, not only does he has his brand to protect, he has his wife brand to protect, his daughter, and the artists who are signed to Roc Nation. So there's a lot of protecting to go on. However, this does not dismiss the fact that unpleasantries should never happen to kids by the hands of Jay-Z or anyone else for that matter. Also, please note, we're not saying that Jay-Z is guilty. I'm just saying no child should suffer like that or any at all. It is our duty and responsibilities as adults to look after children, because after all, they are the future. Now guys, we have a lot more to talk about, because I'm learning that Jigga is coming for people. Definitely not coming as any surprise, because he's going to ensure that what is going on with Sean Diddy Combs, with the flood of, allegations and the floods of reports, does not happen to him. So again, he's just moving in to protect image, brand, and reputation. But that's all I have to share in this video with you all. Let me know your thoughts. Thumbs up, share, stay safe, and see you guys in the comment section. Peace.